Hey everybody, this is Tom from Rocket Restorations. We're on our Fall Fling 2024 trip and we went and visited our friend Gary, who has the great distinction of one of the only people in the world that makes me feel better about my hoarding. We'll show you inside here in a little bit. Just want to give you a little tour of the outside cars. This is a 1964 Chrysler 300K. These are always cool cars. They were all 413 HPs. You could get cross rams in these, but they're pretty rare. This is a 4-barrel car. He's had this one for a while. This is a Airflow. I believe it's a 35 coupe. I actually sold this one to him. I found it in an estate sale up near Vancouver, Washington, and it's a really clean car. Runner driver. He's got all the trim for it. It's all inside. It was all re-chromed and everything. Really neat car. These Airflows were they were norm shattering. I don't know what a better word for that is. But they were, aerodynamic when cars were square. They were, the body was dropped over the frame. They were really revolutionary. Unfortunately, they were a little too revolutionary, especially during the Great Depression. They just didn't sell that well. But man, what a cool car. Super cool. I wish he'd put it inside though. Sitting outside has done this car no favors. It actually had really nice interior in wood, and it's been outside for over a year now. It's a Plymouth 2-door sedan or panel. I can't remember what year this is. He just got this at an estate sale. In fact, he bought some parts from me at that estate sale that I'll show you here in a little bit. It's one of the reasons I stopped by his place on the way down to the show. But wow, what a cool car. Barn door in the back. He bought a couple of these from an estate sale. I'll have to ask him what the year is because I don't know these early cars very well. Convertible Roadster. I think it's pretty cool. He's actually done a bunch of cleanup out here. Like, this used to all be cars lined up out here and parts and stuff. He's got a lot of motors and transmissions. Lots of flatheads and early transmissions, cast iron torque flights. Fortunately, nobody really wants these flathead stuff anymore. Torque flight, that's a ball and trunnion, so that's a 6364. Another cast iron torque flight. That's an air-cooled one, I think, with the vents. Lots of polys, lots of early polys. It's actually an early Ford V8 intake, I believe. So he's actually been clearing some stuff out. Tons of exhaust manifolds. These are actually becoming quite valuable. It's hard to find them without cracks. A lot of these early manifolds are getting really hard to find. You can see kind of a peek inside a shop there. The entire shop looks like that with the hubcaps and everything. It's a frame. Lots of drums. Again, all that stuff is getting super hard to find. Lots of wheels. That's cool. Another Roadster, Plymouth. Another Roadster. Caravel. These are kind of neat, little foreign job. This was all full. He's actually gotten rid of a few cars out here. 62 Chrysler over here. I think those are rear engined. I think the Caravel. It's a nose. Some Ford look. Some 55 to 61. Spare tire cover. Chrysler front bumper. He's got another storage yard here near here that's all full of sheet metal and stuff, and it's all, pre-62, 61 stuff, all the way back to the 30s. Big block. What is that? It's hard to tell without the nose on it. 60 Dodge. Nice. Yeah, the 61s are pretty funky. The 60 was a really good looking car. And that's a Desoto Roadster, I believe. Yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool cars. Most of these are for sale if anybody's interested. All right, he's unfortunately a little bit late this morning, so we're waiting to meet him. So when he gets here, I'll show you some pictures from inside. This is cool. It's a Town & Country wagon. So actually, the doors are made out of wood. A little bit rusty, which is pretty typical on these. The wood got wet and tend to rust out the sheet metal. But those are really cool. Handcrafted wood American car. All right, so here's the inside. This place is absolutely amazing. I've been buying from Gary for years. He's got tons of stuff. Like him and his dad were cleaning out dealers like, 30 years ago when you still find this stuff. There was a dealer in New Mexico he bought out. I mean, it was like truckloads of parts that came out there. He just has an amazing collection of parts in here. Wow, here's a whole box of fuel indicators. I think these are truck. I mean, just the whole box. There's like 30 of them in here. Yeah, I mean, I've been here like 20 times now, and every time I come through here, I always find something different. That's super cool. It's like NOS floor mats. Believe it or not, this is actually more organized than last time I was here. 68 Cornet taillight, 58 bumper guards, Plymouth station wagon bumper guards, NOS. All these banana boxes. He bought out a guy who like sold taillights at, there goes the door. It's a little windy in here. He bought out a guy who like just did taillights, and there's like used ones, and but they're all pulled out of wrecking yards out of like the Southwest like years and years ago. Windshield, side trim, door locks. Yeah, hopefully you can see this. It's, the light isn't very good over here. Seeing and winds are picking up today. It's really windy through here. It's a 65 Monaco taillight, I think. Cordova. So there's taillights, NOS. Lots of good stuff. 71 Challenger taillight. Whole box of sending units. Those are valuable because the repo sending units are just junk. They just never quite read right. Ooh, that's a good piece I never noticed before. That is 70 Fury tail panel. Although one thing I learned over the years, so this one's screwed on. Apparently the GTs you didn't use screws. Wow, what a random piece. Again, I've been here so many times. I've never noticed that before. I have 70 Furies. NOS trim. What's the part number on it? See if I can get this out without bending it. Problem with trim is if there's no part number, it becomes very hard to identify. 354. That's probably a good piece. Yeah, that's 71 Challenger hood molding. That's a pretty rare piece. I bet he doesn't even know that's back here. There's a bunch of seat covers and material. Wait, that looks like my Polara. It looks a lot like my Polara, actually. I may have to take that out and see if that's right for my car. I found NOS carpet for my Polara here last time I was here. Ornaments, lots of door panels. Love that direct connection sticker. Yeah, well, Gary's the one person that makes me feel a little bit better about my hoarding. Yeah, those are all bolts of interior material. There's probably some really good stuff in there. It's really hard to identify that without a car though. 62 Chrysler taillights. Paper door pads. Extra bathroom. Bucket seats back there. NOS weather strip. Huh, I don't know what that's for. It's a little dried out. 288. Bet that's wagon or something. NOS glass. Banana boxes. Lots of windshields. I need to get a rack like that for all mine. I said some of these are NOS. That's NOS. Probably side glass. So you can tell by the part number about what year it is. 286 would be about 60, 68, 69. Might be truck too, actually. Wow, NOS grills. I've tried to buy these from him a couple times, and he wants a lot for them, justifiably, because these are really, really hard to find, and they're pretty much impossible to restore. Yeah, those dashes are cool. That's a 407 part number. Big taillight. That's like Murata or something. 417. It's early 80s. Yeah, I'm like a kid in a candy store into this place. It's a Chrysler NOS taillight. He's got some of this stuff inventoried. It's a wagon NOS taillight, I believe. See the stack of belts? Yeah, NOS belts. Yep. 7374 Dart.
Horn ring for your C-bodies.
Diff case. NOS ring and pinions. Seat tracks. Speedo cables. Tilt shaft. Lots of steering wheels. It's NOS tail shaft. That's cool. 64. Oh, I think that's ball and trunnion, I think. 82 Reliant speed control with 2.2 engine. I wonder if Jamie wants to put cruise on his K car. Yeah, so these are funny. So they're actually not Chrysler parts. They were made to look like Chrysler parts, but they're not Chrysler parts. They're kind of a cheap ripoff. You see those in dealers a lot because they were cheaper, but you know they weren't as good. But they purposely tried to make the boxes look like that. NOS idler arm. I don't know what those are. Oh, wiring. Wow, NOS wiring. I don't know what those are for. Probably something that's not available aftermarket. Moog front suspension. Bearings, plug wires. Another cruise control for Diplomat. 66 Chrysler dash parts, those are good. Astrodome lighting. 69 coordinate taillights. Yeah, I always find something cool in here when I'm going through. Spinner caps.
It's buried, but there's a set of Cal Custom door lock knobs back there.
Nice. Cal Custom anti-theft door lock knobs. 57 Plymouth. Yeah, those are cool. Cal Custom door release knobs. There's 2 different applications. Huh.
Vinyl samples.
64 Dodge, except 880. Few plate frames. I've rated most of these already. And that's 658 Plymouth, I think. That's a hard to find piece. NOS Valiant headlight bezel. Yeah, Gary sells on eBay. He sells over the phone. He runs a pizza joint near here in San Fernando Valley. That's keeping him pretty busy right now. Wow, NOS truck dog dish cap.
Yeah, I've seen that before.
Yeah, that's really cool. 378 molding package. Cordoba mono return cracked. That's like 70 Monaco, I think. So, little trick. This is a wrecking yard trick I learned years ago. I'm trying to figure out what something fits. So there's always a DOT number on every tail light. So right there it says 71. That means it's 1971. And then DH is the first 2 letters of the VIN of what it fits. So D is full-size Dodge, H is Monaco. So that's for a 1971 Dodge Monaco. So that was close, just 1 year off. Ooh, more plate frames. Monterey Dodge. Looks like a newer one. It's like Iacocca era. Still cool though. I don't know if I have that one or not. Every headlight bezel you could ever imagine or want or need. Headlight relays, power motors, steering gears, bumper guards, a couple dipsticks. Engine oiling, outside mirrors. By the way, this is one room. Like, this is just the beginning of what he's got. More glass. It's a really nice 69 Plymouth grill. Truck grill? Yeah, I think that's truck grill. That's like 69 Fury horn. 67 Plymouth headlight bezels. That's Chrysler. Like 6970. Sill plate. More B-body headlight bezels. It's 59 Plymouth. Oh, that's cool. Cable and terminal package. Oh wow, NOS spark plug wire. 2S70. Wow, I'm gonna have to take that home with me.
What's the?
That's really cool. What's it for? Small block.
You'd have to look the number up.
The part number. Yeah, why don't you put that in my pile? I kind of want that. So the deal on those spark plug wires, and again, I know I'm getting into, you know, nut and bolt restoration. A lot of you guys don't like that, but they reproduce the spark plug wires, but they only reproduce the first quarter of the year and the third quarter of the year. So if you ever have a 2 or a 4 on a spark plug wire, that means you know it's not a reproduction. So those tend to bring a bit of a premium. Lots of NOS taillights. I mean, most of this stuff is C-body and late 70s stuff. Yeah, that's 75, 76 Dart. It's 379. That's a lot of plastic chrome on that. There's a lot of good taillights in here. 351. That's probably Fury. That's a big one. What is that? Well, that's 71 Polara, I think. Yep, 71 Dodge Polara. That's 73 Polara. Recognize that. 69 Cornet. 65 Dart. Instrument panel. Wow, I've never seen one of those NOS before. 69 300. Yeah, just lots of NOS taillights. There's all stuff he's gathered up over the years. There's an NOS grill for a 67 Valiant. Oh, that's a cool piece. These are neat too. This was on 69 Polara, you get a chrome front, I don't know, like garnish package. I don't know what else you call it. So it was chrome extensions and a chrome piece in the front of the hood. The thing is, they're actually pretty common. You actually see a lot of them out there, strangely enough. Oh, what's that one? Don't immediately recognize that. 340, I think that's Chrysler. Yeah, he's got a lot of stuff. I mean, he doesn't have, there's no CUDA and Challenger NOS taillights in here, but there's a lot of like C-body and A-body and stuff like that. Tons of steering wheels. I love those Ford look steering wheels when they actually put some effort and thought into the design of those things. More taillight boxes over here. So much good stuff. Bunch of NOS transmission gears. My guess is it's probably earlier 3-speed stuff. Probably wouldn't be here otherwise. But it's good stuff. Yeah, 39 Plymouth gear cluster. But if you need it, good luck. 65, 68 Dodge truck. Wow, that's a good piece. And the repos ones are like 300 bucks. Yeah. Gary doesn't even know what he has. He has so much stuff. 69 Charger seat covers. I wonder if those are the used ones. He's got a 69 Charger in the shop he worked on. This is cool. 360 part numbers is way too high for that. It's a Dodge truck NOS taillight. One. I think Vans actually started making those finally. All right, that's probably enough for this room. I probably bored you guys enough with seeing all this cool NOS stuff. Let's go to the other room. I don't even know what that is. Is that Ford? Looks like it's Falcon or something. He's got mostly Mopar, but there's kind of a mix. All right, Evan, let's go next door. All right, here's where the really cool stuff starts. He's got a very impressive hubcap collection. So his dad started collecting this stuff 60, 70 years ago, and it just filled up this warehouse. And I mean, he's still buying, but there's a lot of stuff in here. There's some neat cars in here too. '61 Chrysler grill, 57 Plymouth grill. Lots of good stuff. So you just picked this up at an estate sale. It's a 34 Plymouth. Fuel line was rotted, so we got that fixed. So he's trying to get it together, make it a runner, but really clean car. All right, so this one's really cool. I wanted to share this one with you. This car is actually a pretty famous car. It was on TV. It was, what was the name of that show? Rags to Riches or something. So it was some reality show that actually really wasn't very good, to be honest with you. But it was Rick Dore and the other wrestling guy. But basically the premise of the show is you trade them a couple cars and they'd restore your car. And this was a Dodge pickup that Gary had. And there's actually a 392 Hemi in it. It was one of the earliest swaps they did of that. Like they just weren't doing that at the time. And it's a 6-speed in it too. Super cool. Gary might be selling this one. I'm trying to talk him into letting me drive it, but we'll see. I've seen a lot of TV cars over the years too, and they're generally, the build quality is, I'll just put it mildly, not good. This one was actually pretty well put together. It runs and drives good, but the problem is the cab's so small. Gary's kind of a tall guy like me. He's like 6'5", and he just doesn't have room in there to move. So he's just, I don't know, it's been sitting for a little bit. He got it running again, but he's been thinking about selling it. But what a cool car. And then this bench over here is a 1969 Charger RT. Really clean car. It's a green RT with AC. Ignore the ladder against the wheel. Yeah, just ignore that. He kind of built this to be his driver, but unfortunately hasn't been able to drive it very much. But yeah, everybody likes the 69 Charger RT. It says an AC car too, so they went through and rebuilt everything, got the AC fixed, and it's a really nice driver now. There's the back of the Dodge. Okay, so I just looked it up. I should probably do this research before I start filming, but you know, you get high quality content from here at Tom at Rocket Restorations. So it was Lords of the Car Hoards. So the basic premise of the show was these people are like hoarding cars, and then they go fix one, and then you basically give them like 4 or 5 cars that they can sell off to pay for the restoration. And it didn't last very long, but it was Chuck Palumbo was the other guy in it. But this was a pretty, you know, high quality restoration that they did on this. So it's a really neat car. It drives really nice too, the 392. That's an Airflow. That's a, I think that's a 56 Chrysler, if I remember right. I don't know. Gary's gonna watch this and correct me, but he's over in the other shop right now. Lots of cool cabinets. Ooh, gold Moroso. Evan likes those. Lots of trim on the bench. That's a Charger. These tires are really cool. I really don't know what would have used these, but they're custom wide tread polyglass redline tires, but they're H70 14. I don't know what would have used that back in the day. Lots more hubcaps. So many hubcaps. I have a similar problem with hubcaps. I mean, all these drawers are filled with stuff. Distributor caps. More distributor caps. Shocks.
All right, so this harkens back to the early days of hot rodding. This is an Electrolux paint sprayer. You would hook the backside of your Electrolux household vacuum into here, and using the pressure from the vacuum, it would spray your paint, so you could paint your hot rods back in the early 50s.
That is really cool. I've never seen one of those before. 55 Chrysler, I think. I always gotta look at the fins. Hard to tell. Well, wheel caps. Here's the dog dish room, apparently. I think I pulled a few out of here a couple years ago. It's mostly older stuff. Hopefully you can see this. It's pretty dark in here. Apparently, like, every light in the shop's burned out right now, or something like that. Continental power steering hose. Huh. I wonder where he got all those from. Looks like a newer car. Weird. Those are some muscle car dog dishes. I had a hubcap phase. I went through a dog dish phase. And now I have shelves full of that stuff and don't know what to do with any of them. Yeah, that's kind of a rare one. That's a 67, 68 Chrysler. Those are good Plymouth Division ones. There's a whole attic up there too. I don't know, every time I come through here I always find something cool. But the light is not good back here anymore. The lights used to work. Boy, those grills are getting hard to find. That surround is basically chrome and you breathe on it, it breaks. That's 56 DeSoto. Okay, let's see if I make sure I don't trip back here. Air cleaners. I hope you guys can see this. I hope I don't have to edit this out. Chrome air cleaner, but it's really dark back here. Labels. Do you turn the light on in the back, Evan? It used to work. All right, Evan was smart and turned the light on back there, so we actually, see what we're doing. Lots of cool wheels and tires. That's a cool Krieger. Pro Track 60. 56 Dodge. These shelves over here are all AC stuff. I actually found an NOS C-body heater box last time I was here. There's condensers, grill. Gary put the stuff in years ago and it really hasn't moved. Found a couple of NOS gas tanks back here last time too. There's a NOS truck gas tank. There's another one there. Yeah, plastic tank for 78 to 80. They used a million different gas tanks those years. It's kind of hard to tell what fits what. I think those are just light covers. That's a Desoto Pace Car Convertible. That's a really cool car. These are kind of cool. Collapsible steering shafts with a rag joint. I'm not sure if those are C-bodies or truck. Although it really looks like a car coupler on there. Huh, those are kind of neat. I don't see a part number on them though. It's hard to ID that stuff without a part number. What else is up here? That's insulation. Steering column piece. There's another NOS gas tank. This DeSoto is very dusty. I think this is a pretty nice car when he parked it. What's a 340 part number on that gas tank? I don't know what that gas tank is. Yeah, I'm not sure what that gas tank is for. That part number is for 71B body, but with that metal line outfit, I don't know what that is. I think that's like wagon or something. I mean, that's got to be up. I don't know what that is. I wonder if the part number is wrong. This is an earlier one. Let's see if we can round the pace car over here. Bunch of convertible tops. Lots of dashes back here. Again, it's a lot of early stuff. That's kind of what he concentrates on. He's kind of like pre-1962. I mean, all the way back to the 30s and 20s. Hood hinges. Bandsaw or cutting saw. Mopar Gary. Lots of grills.
Early gas tanks.
Yeah, I got a couple of those. Yeah, real early gas tanks. NOS condenser.
There's a couple more over there.
That's a big sucker. AC lines. And we need an Omni Horizon steering rack. There's a few.
E-body console?
Yeah, E-body console. Unfortunately, those really aren't worth anything. You gotta remember to look up too. It's like 78 Fury. I actually got a couple NOS ones of these out of here. Maybe that's 75, 76. Pretty nice grill though. Looks used. The center thing's broken because they always are. All right, don't fall on my head, please. All right, here's kind of radio row. He's got a million radios. That's C-body, AM/FM. That's a good one. Curved face is C-body. Thumb wheel 69, 70. Then they went to the buttons in 71. 7-button radio. That's the one everybody wants. The 7 buttons, the higher radio on the 50s and 60s curves. 8-track. I've been through these a few times. That's the old Conrad. So when the nuclear bombs were coming, you tune to that to listen to the government. There's always 2 of them. I can't remember when they took that out. It was like 70 or something like that. Chrysler AM/FM. Another thumb wheel, that's Chrysler. So much cool stuff. Carburetors. Unfortunately, this is kind of where our light burns out. It's an NOS carb. 1980 360. Huh. Cool radios and stereos. Generators, starters, alternators. Back up to the front. Yeah, this, you couldn't even walk in here last time I was down here. He hired a guy, a buddy of his, he's been helping him organize stuff, which is good. He needed to. It was getting pretty out of control. Lots of carburetors, valve covers. Super red ram hemi. That's a cool one. That's a poly. Lots of exhaust manifolds. Brake drums. Man, I gotta see if he's got any truck ones. He said truck ones for my brother's truck. I don't even know. You know what that drum looks like, Evan?
No.
Oh, that's cool. Power brake package for C-body without autopilot, but drum brakes. That's kind of random. Yeah, these are all NOS boosters. Those are good stuff up there. More brake drums. All right. Let's go upstairs. I'll show you what's up here. Lots of exhaust manifolds. There's some gold there. Seats. It's kind of neat getting up here. You can kind of get a better look at the shop from up top. There's a lot of stuff in here. '69 Coronet headlight bezel. Those are cool taillights. I think those are Desoto with the 3 taillights. It's early car headlights. Lots of trim. 62 Dart, I think. All these drawers are full of stuff too. Oil gauges. Found a bunch of license plates and frames up here when we first visited Gary. I think that's a Mercury grill. Curious what's in that box. Long NOS Mopar box. That looks like it's just full of trim. Whatever's in there's not in there anymore. So that's a 61 Chrysler grill. The 62 grill doesn't say Chrysler on it. 62 grill is much more common. The 61 grill is a lot harder to find. They made a lot more 62s. They made like twice as many 62s as 61s. It's a Charger taillight. Those are 60 Chrysler. The boomerang taillights. Those are cool. It's a 73 Charger. It's a 300, 69 or 70. That's trim. 70 Plymouth headlight bezels. Those used to be worth some money, but then they repopped them. It's an NOS horn center. Probably some early guys here who can identify some of this stuff. More steering wheels. It's a 73, 74 Challenger taillight. That's the Astrodome Chrysler dash. Skirts. Man, these dashes are so cool. Pretty much one of the coolest dashes ever made. Electroluminescent. That's 60 Plymouth, I believe. These are cool because it's actually like a thermometer. So it's like it goes red and over as you go up. Really, really cool. 57 Chrysler stuff. Yeah, you get a bunch of license plates over here. But we rated most of that already. Square body grill. Oh, it's Dodge truck. 82, I think. Lots of early headlights. Heater boxes. 56 Dodge pickup. 36 Dodge pickup. It's nice when they're labeled. Bunch of air cleaners. Wing windows. This stuff's kind of organized. Ooh, those are good. Adventure Sport door panels for a truck. Dart taillights. 68. It's Imperial, I believe. 67, 68.
Maybe those are
63 Dodge 880. Which dart?
Jamie.
I don't know. I'll send him a picture. I think glass broke at some point. That's a bummer. Jack. 63 Dodge 880. Those are kind of cool. Lots of gaskets. More carburetors. Hollies. Absolute junk. think I've been through these carburetors before. It's an NOS thermoquad, that's a good one. 307, 80 to 80, 81 to 83, huh? There's only a couple of thermoquads that are worth grabbing. Oh, that's cool. Charger taillight, 66, 67. A lot of early carbs here too. Some of these are labeled, but they got so dusty you can't read them anymore. 77 Dodge Truck 440. I have a 77 Dodge Truck 440. Kind of looks like a charger jack, but I don't think it is. I think that's earlier. That base looks weird. Dash pads. Fury 3. I actually got a couple dash pads out of here. Can be kind of mixed results in California because they generally get all cracked and stuff. There's all spindles. That one's been badly repaired. Ooh, need a gas cap? He has a couple hundred. That's cool. And this one. Keys. Windows. Look how shiny the thing is. Hemi Hoards? Oh yeah.
Tubes.
Tubes. Yep.
That goes in.
Yep. And again, you gotta look up. The entire ceiling is full of trim. And some of it's even labeled. Another NOS gas tank. 49, 52 wagon. 36 Dodge. Those are just very rudimentary gas tanks. And it was water pump, big block. Carter High Performance. Oh, it's water pump, sorry. Carter High Performance. Oh, I've seen labeled like that before. Clutches. Oh, it was Duster taillight. That's neat. Martinez, California, Duarte and Whitting. I got a bunch of stuff from there. He cleaned out that dealer years ago, and I still have all the original paperwork. I've done a couple videos on that. I should do a couple more because it's really fun going through that stuff. 57 Plymouth windshield. Hemi valve covers, always popular. Those are the Chrysler ones. Yeah, Gary's got a very impressive collection of stuff. It's a very fine line between hoarding and a business and collection. I don't know. What do you guys, what side of the line do you think Gary is? It's an Imperial dash there. Push buttons in the heater control. That's cool. Bunch of consoles. That's 62, I think. A body console, B body. Yeah, that's like 62H. Really neat consoles. They had full length console with 4 bucket seats. And some chrome bumper overrunners and stuff. Oh, that's cool. Job rated Dodge truck. It's Fury, I think. I'm not actually sure what that is. I'm usually pretty good at the ding stuff, but I have no idea what that is. 16 Plymouth taillight, 65 Plymouth too. Yeah, it's always nice getting up above. You get a nice view of things. You see things differently. Right down the steep stairs. 70 Chrysler dash there. Brake parts. I mean, stuff's kind of sort of organized, but he's trying. I gotta ask him about brake drums. More trim in here. Most of that's NOS. Sounds like Gary's still on the phone in there. Glove box keys. I mean, these are all full stuff. It's just glove box keys. That's crazy. Horn rings. Elbows. Distributors. 325. Those are all NOS wheelet moldings. I bought a bunch of stuff from him a couple years ago. A bunch of stuff from my cars. Found some 68. See, that's good. I mean, that's Charger wheelet moldings. Gold pieces. Brush set. Must be alternator. Yeah, it's all NOS trim. That piece right there is 70 Monaco wagon. I've been working on that one. That's the only reason I know that. More spark plug wire leads. 160. So much stuff. Oh, that's a fun one. Emblems. Wow, there's some good stuff in here. 300 quarter panel. That's leather car. Lots of Ford look stuff. That's later Chrysler, I think. 300 center caps. Golden Lion. Sneakers. Ignition switches. Door hinges. E-brake handles. Yeah. Oh, those are cool. A whole box of Plymouth center grill emblems. I love going through emblem boxes. Those are always fun stuff. Chrome stuff. Foot ornaments. Alright, here's Gary's office. This is where all the cool stuff is. I keep on getting him to try to sell me his signs, but he's not quite ready to do it yet. He's got some really cool original signs. A lot of literature. Chrysler Plymouth. Parts headquarters. It's actually an original Mopar parts accessory sign up there too. Super cool. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed the tour of my buddy Gary's shop. He had to go to work today. He runs the pizza parlor in town here. We're gonna go ahead to the show to go set up at Van Nuys. So this is Tom from Rocket Restorations, and thanks everybody for watching.